2017 has proven to be a great year for flagship smartphones, but we were still missing the update of one of our most admired players of last year. Reporting from New York City, I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocket Now with Anton D. Naj in Munich, and meet the Huawei Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro. Last year's Huawei Mate 9 was the near-perfect example of how a smartphone camera should be done, battery life should perform, and software should be improved. It came very close to winning our crown for the best of 2016, and this year the Huawei Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro build on those basics and deliver some interesting surprises. For starters, the design is completely new. Gone is the aluminum of old in favor of a more refined glass finish. Huawei is dubbing this its multi-axis curved design, and off the bat I can tell you that there are no sharp corners to be found. Both variants feel like rounded pebbles in the hand, with the glass providing an additional grip. Both devices also sported interesting accents around the cameras, but according to the company, these are merely aesthetic. We also got to see that the Porsche design model is pretty much the Mate 10 Pro with a vertical bar instead of horizontal. The differences between each device are quite the paradox though. Side by side, it's hard to notice things until you start digging into specifications. The regular Mate 10 has a 5.9-inch LCD at Quad HD resolution and a standard 16:9 aspect ratio. The Mate 10 Pro has less resolution at 2160 by 1080, but this is now a 6-inch OLED display at 18:9 aspect ratio. The Mate 10 now adopts a front fingerprint scanner, while the Mate 10 Pro has it at the back, and the Mate 10 includes a headphone jack, which is awesome, but then the Mate 10 Pro doesn't for reasons I just don't understand. The regular Mate 10 also includes dual SIM support with the option for replacing one for microSD expansion. The Mate 10 Pro is oddly only dual SIM with no extra storage options, but it does come with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage versus 4 and 64 respectively on the regular Mate 10. Also, there is LTE on both SIM slots, with the Mate 10 Pro now supporting LTE Cat 18 versus Cat 16 on the regular Mate 10. Last but not least, the Mate 10 is not water resistant, while the Mate 10 Pro is IP67. Now, as for the similarities, both devices include an insane 4000 mAh battery, supporting Huawei's supercharged technology. Though don't expect wireless charging, Huawei claims that the battery footprint is so large that the coil just didn't fit. Powering the show is Huawei's new Kirin 970 processor that we saw at IFA 2017, and there are a ton of reasons why I left this for last. First of all, it's Huawei's entry into the 10nm process, so remember that whole Samsung DeX system where you need an expensive dock in order to use your phone as a computer? Well, you can use the Huawei Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro in the same way, but just with a wire. No dock necessary, and if I understood things correctly, the wire might even be included in the box. And the UI is enhanced for private smartphone communication to not be shared with a computer screen, which is genius. Second and most important is this new Neural Network Processing Unit, or NPU for short, bringing some cool AI to the mix. For example, the phone is smart enough to know when you're taking a photo of a flower, a plant, food, a person, and much more. So the Mate 10 will automatically show you that it detected the subject and adjust the camera mode accordingly instead of having you fumble with it manually. This is seriously genius. It's how smartphone cameras should work. But this is just one of the many cases where the NPU comes in handy. Speaking of the user interface, this is Huawei's new EMUI 8. And if you're asking yourself why the jump in numbers, that's because this is matching the number of the version of Android. So yes, the new Mates will bring Android Oreo out of the box. I'm still not a fan of the iconography, but I'm just really happy to see that the launcher now supports the Google feed with a swipe to the left, something that every other OEM is missing this year. And for the cherry topper, both cameras on the Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro are still tuned by Leica, so we have very high expectations. Each camera lens is now of f1.6 aperture, yes, even the secondary one, and we have 12 megapixels in RGB and 20 megapixels in monochrome, with an 8 megapixel selfie shooter at f2 aperture. Overall, if everything that I've just mentioned sounds impressive, that's because it is. I'm more inclined towards the Mate 10 Pro given its water resistance, but really, either of these devices has all the toys necessary to be one of the best smartphones of 2017. Whether this new lineup is worthy of the title will depend on our full review that's coming in the near future. While that happens, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and follow us on your favorite social media. The cards lead to our After the Buzz videos of both the Mate 10 and the P10. You can also follow me on Twitter at Jaime_Rivera or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.